We're live. We're live. Perfect. Guys, James Hamilton for MMA UK. As you can see, joined by Craig McIntosh, who's out in, I know he's a little bit jealous looking in the background, sunny California. Craig's out there to compete in the IBJF World
Easy for you to
Championship.
say.
Oh, Jesus, I knew I was going to mess that one up. So Craig, you've been out there for a wee bit now. How's it been out in California versus a December in Scotland?
Oh, it's awesome, man. Been roasting pretty much every day. Really, really nice out here, to be honest. I'm just out here in Hollywood trying to sell some Singing Ninjas mixtapes, you know. So,
How is sales going so far?
not bad. Do you want to buy a mixtape, guys? Singing Ninjas? No,
Perfect. But no, I've been obviously watching your Facebook, and I've saw you look so far like you've had a really cool experience out there. You've caught some comedy shows and stuff like that. Obviously, we'll get into the grappling tournament in a minute. Just tell us what that's been like. I know you've been at the.
I've been at that comedy store like first couple of nights, man. We were at the comedy store down in Hollywood, West Hollywood. So first night we went to, it was a free show, and then Bill Burr turned up at it, which is pretty awesome, and then David Spade, the actor David Spade as well.
Yeah,
so that was pretty cool.
And I think as well, have you not been a couple of times? Because you caught a couple of, like I saw you had pictures with Brendan Shaw, Brian Callen.
Aye, so we went up on that was the first night we went to the free show, and then the second night we were at, like, it was a set, and it said advertised. We knew Eddie Bravo was doing comedy or trying a bit of comedy, so we went and seen that, and it was Eddie Bravo, Brendan Shaw, Brian Callen, Chris D'Elia, all that kind of squad. But Joe Rogan turned up and finished it there. Joe Rogan turned up and he finished headlining the show, so he said it was awesome.
And I'm quite a big comedy fan myself. Was there any of the guys that I rate Bill Burr probably as the best for me personally? Would any of the guys particularly stand out for you?
Aye, Bill Burr was probably the best. Bill Burr was awesome. There was another guy. Bill Burr, Brian Callen, Brendan Schaub's improved a lot since the last time. I went and seen him last time I was here, and his stand-up wasn't that great the first time, but this time it was really, really good.
So would you say Brendan Schaub, does he pass as a legit comedian now?
I would say so. I think he's like worked on his material a lot. He was really funny, like done well.
And I know obviously as well you've been training with Eddie, but when you met like Brendan and that after the show, did you speak to him about that you were competing?
Aye, man, he was pretty friendly and stuff. I feel bad sometimes with that stuff because they get a lot of folk pestering them and that, but at least like you've got a bit of common interest, so they will have a bit of a chat with you. Do you know what I mean? They'll especially like Brian Callen was really, really sound. He was joking about, and right away picked up the accent. I think he's quite a well-travelled guy, so right away he says, "Oh, where are you from? Scotland or Edinburgh?" And he was just like, he's putting on the accent because he's an actor and stuff as well. I think he's maybe done the Fringe before and stuff, so he's been around the world a bit, and right away he was kind of having a bit of banter about that, so that was quite cool.
Now, obviously as well, you're out in California. It's a beautiful place, but this isn't a holiday as such. You are out there to do some business, and I've seen you've been training. You trained at Eddie Bravo's gym. You've trained at a few different spots. Just where have you been? What gyms have you been training at?
So we went to Eddie's the other day. That was like the first day we got here. We went to Eddie's gym, and it was quite like, it was a pretty international mat because the No Gi Worlds is on. There was like guys from all over. So rolling with some Finnish dudes, I was rolling with some Germans, a bunch of people from all over really. A few American guys. I got some really quality rolls in, but I was rolling with this big giant German guy. He had like a death grip, man. I was lucky he wasn't that technical because he was pretty dangerous. Strong as hell, but I was rolling with loads of good guys, and I don't, I felt like I started kind of slow, but once I warmed up, I was feeling good and done really well.
So as the weeks progress, are you feeling more ready? You obviously, all the preparation's been done back at home. We know you've been competing a lot, and you've been doing fantastic back in the UK. So this week, is it just been just getting the rolls in and just keeping yourself active before?
That's it. Keep ticking over, keep getting the rolls in. Just make sure that fitness is good, and like the weather doesn't make a difference or anything like that. So I feel good. I'm looking forward to competing. It's going to be fun.
And you're obviously now you've not travelled out yourself. You're out with Gary Priestley, and is there anybody else out with you, or is it just the two of you?
It's just me and Gaz now. We're just out here. I don't know if anybody else is coming out for it or not, but we came out here last year and stuff, so we've been catching up with our friends for Corona, just doing a lot of stuff, man. It's been brilliant, been quite jam-packed. We've got the car this time, so we can get in and do whatever we want. It's been cool.
Let's talk about the car. Obviously, I've seen that he's a rolling in style. How nice has it been cutting about in that lovely weather?
Man. It's a nice motor sitting with the top down, do you know what I mean? Perfect for December compared to Scotland, so can't really grumble with that. We've been everywhere. We've been like Santa Monica and all that stuff. We've been, all over the place. And
is it just yourself competing? I know, obviously, Gary's here with you. Is Gary going to be competing as well?
Gaz is competing as well. He's on the Sunday. He's competing at, I don't know, the blue belts are on the Sunday. It must be the busiest division, so he's competing on Sunday.
Yeah, and you're obviously competing tomorrow. So just tell us who you've got first up.
So I had a look at my category. I've got quite a stacked category. Looking forward to it. I've got a guy called Jesus first. So it's a good wee confidence booster to start with. Like, I think if I can beat Jesus, then I'm probably going to beat everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, well, the guy's come back for the dead, so surely if you can finish him, then that speaks volumes. With regards to your category, is there any names you've looked at in there, that you've thought I really would like to test myself against him?
Nah, there's not anybody. I'm just honestly, I'm actually quite looking forward to just getting the competition done, and hopefully nice four quick submissions would be fun, and then maybe just get to chill out and watch like the rest of the guys. Like the black belt division's crazy this year. You've got like Gordon Ryan and stuff competing and all of that. So I'm looking forward to watching it as well. It's going to be a cool event to see.
Yeah. And for you as well, obviously, like I said there, you've been training a lot last year. You've been competing, you've been active in the BJJ side of things. Is this really going to be a good measuring stick for you to let you know where your skills are really at on a world level?
I think so. If it's achievable, we'll see. Do you know what I mean? It's my first time actually ever entering any kind of IBJJF contest, so it gives me an idea if what the level's like. If it's if any of the I would imagine they're all going to be really good. So just going to see what the level's like, see what my level's like compared to theirs. Maybe I beat everybody, maybe I don't beat everybody, and you feel you think to yourself, no, I just need to train a wee bit harder, I can beat them. It just gives you an idea. It's just the same as usual, really. Just see where everybody's at and keep trying to beat everybody. Yeah,
and has it sort of always been in the plans to compete at this sort of level in the grappling, obviously?
I set myself a wee goal at the start of the year to win the Naga belt, and I said if I win the Naga belt, then I'll pay the money to come out here and compete in the Worlds, and this is like the most legitimate trophy that you can get, or medal that you can get. So I thought that would be fun, and I always enjoy no-gi competition. I've never really rolled with anybody where I've been like blown away to the point where I'm like worried or that in no-gi competition. So it's something I feel that I can be quite competitive at a good level at, especially if I keep working hard at it.
Mm-hmm. So do you think then getting into the tournament, do you think confidence is something you're getting in there with? Your confidence is high going into the tournament?
Aye, so I always say to everybody, like with jiu-jitsu competition, for me it's really low pressure because I've had 20 MMA fights, so I'm used to the pressure that I usually feel is I'm going to go out here, if I don't do everything, I've got loads of things to think about. If I don't go out and finish my opponent or do everything right, there's a chance that I can get my face panned in front of everybody I care about. Mm-hmm. So when you've dealt with those high pressure situations over and over again, and I got to the point where I didn't even really get nervous for MMA competition, so controlled my nerves that well. So when I do jiu-jitsu, I'm just really having fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm usually quite in the moment. I can have more fun in a submission only rule set where there's no like loads of stupid rules about reaping knees and stuff like that, but I'll still have fun.
Yeah. Just to speak on that a wee bit, obviously, especially for people back in Scotland, you've obviously competed MMA, you competed there for quite a long time. Do you feel when you're then getting into a jiu-jitsu competition or a jiu-jitsu match, that maybe helps you in terms of the fact that you don't have those nerves that maybe a guy who's only been competing in BJJ may have?
I think so definitely, because I see a lot of people before I have matches with them and they're getting all warm, they're getting warmed up and they're getting pretty. Like I'll usually just, if it's a long enough match, I'll just warm up in the match usually, and I don't really warm up for BJJ competition, and I don't know. I see the people getting all angry and aggressive and stuff like that before it, and maybe putting a bit of pressure on themselves. But realistically, the worst that's going to happen is you have to tap your hand a couple of times. It's unlikely you're going to get any serious injury.
Yeah, and just been out in California, obviously going from a few different gyms, because California is, obviously we know BJJ started in Brazil, but California's been a bit of a mecca for BJJ. What's the sort of levels been like in the gyms?
I think that's just like a myth, to be honest.
Is it?
I mean, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I mean, there's obviously guys. There is guys like in every gym though. There's that. You know what I mean? You go into any reputable gym, and there's at least 5 guys that are killers. You know that you roll with, and you'll be impressed with. You know what I mean? Any reputable gym, good BJJ gym, when they go into this, so usually they'll send them over to you first. But that's the cool thing about travelling to different gyms. They usually send other killers to you first to test them out. So that's why I think that Craig Jones guy is awesome, because Craig Jones literally just went around doing seminars with like gyms all over the world, and everybody, he knows he's got a target on his back. Do you know what I mean? He's going to go into these gyms and other top guys are trying to kill him, and that's good training for him as well. I'll never understand I think when guys want to do seminars and all that and they don't roll with people after it, it's a bit weird. It's like, if you're really as good as you're selling your ticket price, and just roll with everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it lets them experience what you're talking about as well. So for you, obviously, if, let's just say, speaking hypothetically, if the tournament goes well and you get a gold out there and you have, like you say, 4 successful submissions, going forward with regards to jiu-jitsu competitions, what's the next step for you, or is there anything else you've got your eye on after this?
I've not really thought about that. Like, I've had quite a busy year of competing in jiu-jitsu. I was thinking, I still feel like I'm not ready to close the door on MMA yet, so I wouldn't mind like a few more MMA fights. I actually kind of got annoyed that I've never won a belt in striking. I wouldn't mind like maybe doing some A-class Muay Thai or something like that. So I'm a bit on the fence as to what to do next year. I feel like MMA would be the easiest one to jump back into. James has got the big, amazing new gym. Lots of good training partners there. My shifts are better at work. My body's healing up quite well, so I feel like MMA would be and I'm only really wanting a few more MMA fights, to be honest. I'm not looking for anything crazy with MMA. But then I would love to. I seen that Polaris at the weekend. That was like one of the best shows I've ever seen. So I'd like to keep working hard and maybe try and get my level up to where I could compete on that and do well.
So with regards to MMA as well, but getting back in there, is it a case of, you've obviously had time away from the cage, is it a case of getting back in there and just testing where your skills have developed to in the time that you've been out of the cage?
I think I probably fight differently now than I did before. I think I fight a bit smarter. That's the one thing I've found for doing a lot of jiu-jitsu competitions, is it changes your mindset and puts a lot more value in position, which I never had before. I just figured I would finish the fight anyway, and it was a bit ignorant. So the value of position is like a lot more ingrained in me now. So
is that just a thing you hear, not just for fighters, just in general in life? I think sort of that maturity age brings.
It was I had a conversation with Alex Enland when I rolled with him, and he mounted me for like a substantial period of time in the roll, and it kind of hit home to me that if it was an MMA fight, he'd have punched my head in, and if it was jiu-jitsu competition, it was we had a conversation with that after, and he was just speaking to me about saying that's actual dominance, holding a position. If you can control somebody over and over, basically anybody can submit anybody on their day, but if you can control somebody consistently and out-grapple them, then that is actual jiu-jitsu dominance. So people have been telling me that for years, but the way that he put it across actually hit home with me, and I've been working a lot more positional stuff since, and that was about 2 years ago now. So even in the gym, I've been keeping in mind like working on little details on my mount, working on little details anytime I get dominant possession.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing that you just, since you've heard the same thing over and over, but just that one small moment. So has that almost changed just the outlook then on how you train, basically?
Aye, it's just I think it's like sometimes, because I'm doing it for fun. Everything I'm doing for fun. So submissions have always been fun to me. So I've got really good at submissions. Submissions has always been the end goal. But so maybe like guard passing and side control and back taking and mount and stuff like that. It's a wee bit less glamorous, so it's hard to, it's hard to, it's not as exciting. It's hard to get yourself excited to be like, I'm going to go mount this guy for the full 6 or 8 minute round. But it's quite fun to say, right, I'm just going to try out loads of different submissions here on this guy. So I've just, but then you've just got to force yourself and say, no, I need to get better at this and better at this and better at this. Like all those positions matter massively, and it actually makes your submissions easier to hunt rather than just like transitioning. It's sometimes actually easier if you just cook the person, stand on top of them, let them work, put the pressure on, let them burn themselves out, let them tire themselves out, and then they'll present an opportunity for you to submit them anyway because they're worn out.
Yeah, and so a word you mentioned a few times there was fun. How important is that that you are having fun, and how much does that make you perform better, that you're enjoying it and just enjoying the training, enjoying the competing?
Yeah, I think that's everything, because I've actually not even trained that hard this year, to be honest, but I've been doing really well. I've been really busy at work. I've been training like 3-4 times a week, like maximum. I've been doing the odd one and lifting a wee bit weights and stuff like that, but like compared to how hard I trained for MMA, so maybe that's it. Maybe I'm resting my body better. I mean, when I think back, I probably think I overtrained for MMA a lot of the time, because like I would run sometimes I'd sprint every single day. I'd be lifting weights. I'd be like doing strength and conditioning. I'd be attending. I never missed a class. Like if I was in fight camp, I would never ever miss any classes at all. Never miss a sparring session. I'd do everything right for MMA, and it's exhausting especially when you work a full-time job trying to juggle that. So I dare say I was maybe overtraining for my MMA fights.
Do you think then now, obviously, that you've probably come back to your MMA fights, that you were overtraining? Do you feel now you've got a better understanding of just your body and when it's time to rest and when it's time to train? Obviously, balancing work.
Definitely. I think sometimes like a day's rest is actually better than a day's training session. And I've been working this back shift. It's like I'm not a morning person, so sometimes when I maybe could have been up training in the morning, I've had a long lie. But sometimes your body needs it.
Yeah, I heard something. I think it was, I don't know if it was Jason Prillo said it to Michael Bisping, but then Michael Bisping relayed it. But he said something Michael Bisping spoke about a lot is a lot of overtraining in his career. And I think maybe Jason Prillo said to him, you have to be you have to be confident to take a day off, which I thought was quite an interesting point of view.
I definitely, because I mean, I know loads of people out there that haven't trained that hard, but they fight hard, and ultimately, yeah, you need to put all the work in and stuff like that, but you also need to remember it's a fight too, and with MMA, and if you go in there with the right mentality, so, I think that's more than half the battle, just having the right mentality in the fight, rather than just because you've done everything perfect in a fight camp, that doesn't win you a fight. That it's what you do in the fight that wins you the fight. So just having that in my head kind of helps. I think it will help for the next time I fight MMA.
Yeah, absolutely. And just as well, obviously Gary's not there, but he's not with you at this present time. Just tell us a wee bit about how Gary's looking and how you think he'll do competing. And Gary's competing in the blue belt.
He's feeling crazy sharp, to be honest. He's in the gym. This is the best I've ever seen him all the years that I've been training with him. He's just feeling solid in it, to be honest. He's feeling fit. He's pretty motivated and stuff as well. I think he's got like 3 or 4 matches to win to get to the finals. So and he's really looking good in the gym. So I think he'll get the job done, to be honest.
And obviously, once you wrap up the tournament, hopefully a successful tournament for you both, what's the plans and how long have you got left in California?
All right, so we get finished on the Sunday, and then literally I think we're going to drive to Vegas on the Sunday. We're going to drive there for the night, and then head back. We'll head back for the Monday night class at Corona, because we're catching up with our friends there. We're going to head back for the Monday night class there, and then that'll be us done. Tuesday we head back home, but it takes like 24 hours.
And so far in your week out there, has there been a particular highlight you've had? Something that's going to...
Honestly, the full thing's been brilliant. Like, see, like start to finish, man, it's just been so funny. Like, you just see some crazy shit. Like 2 minutes ago, not 2 minutes ago, but about an hour or two ago, there's a guy going past in a wheelchair, and he's like got Hail Mary. You know what I mean? He's playing Hail Mary for his wheelchair. He had like a fucking like sound system fitted on his wheelchair. Some crazy shit. You see, honestly, you literally see it all here. Gary, what was the other crazy thing we've seen there?
Was it not a guy with a log on his head, on his bike?
A guy balancing a log on his head. What was the other? There's been all sorts of crazy shit. Just everyone, man. They've got everyone out here. Like there was something else though that just about 10 minutes ago, I thought, right, remember you goes, I can die happy now.
I'm intrigued.
Nah, fuck knows. But there's been loads of crazy stuff.
So what's life like in California then? Are they just a bit crazy then?
It's mental, man. I love it out here. Like the people are really, really nice. Like our friends out here are brilliant. They've always looked after us. Shout out to my boy Ray Gonzalez, Jeremy Fields, Ryan Fields, all the guys looked out for us a lot. So it's good. Every time I've been out here, they've treated us really well. They've took us to like different food spots and stuff, like all the best kind of stuff that you wouldn't really know unless you knew local people. Mm-hmm. So they've took us to a lot of cool stuff here, and I actually feel at home out here. I love it. Some places you go in the world, you feel like a total stranger, but I come here, I feel like I'm at home. So
probably safe to say then that this is not the last visit to California.
Nah, this is like I think my 4th or 5th trip or something like that, and I'll be out here like all the time. You know, I love it out here. It's brilliant weather, brilliant scenery. People are really nice. It's always a good laugh and stuff as well. So
perfect. Well, obviously, thanks for giving up some of your day and coming on and chatting to me. Not jealous at all that you've got a beautiful sun in the background and I'm looking out at a dank, dark, cold night.
Do you know what? I was trying to get the Hollywood sign in the background. I was going to cut a Hulk Hogan promo.
Do you know what? Actually, before we go, we've got a few comments come in, so let me just get them to you. So I'll just go back through. So we've got Barry Burns Monroe saying, I'm assuming he's saying, if you beat Jesus, do you become a saint? Valid question.
Fire up. Why not, man?
Coming back to Scotland, St. Craig, that can't be a bad thing. We've got your teammate, Callum Murray, who is basically, he's saying California dreaming, and he's also asking if you take the gold and perhaps a promotion on the cards. Oh, just a second, guys. We may have lost Craig, unfortunately. Just a wee second, guys. We'll see if we can get Craig back on. Just a moment or two. Let's just see if Craig can come back in. Seems like we've lost Craig, guys, unfortunately. But I'm sure you can all agree it was looking lovely out in California. I'll just quickly try and see if we can get him back in just to wrap up. If not, I'm sure everybody in Scotland and the UK will be wishing Craig and Gary the best of luck out there. Hopefully, they will both have a successful competition. So look, guys, I think we've lost Craig. So yeah, thankfully we got the interview done. We were just wrapping up with a couple of questions. But for everybody tuning in, thanks very much. We always appreciate it. And as always, guys, MMA UK will continue to bring you live interview and great content. So thanks very much.